Salutations everyone, and welcome to What Mattered, where nothing is made up and the points don't matter. That's right, the points are kind of like stars on the last turn of Mario Party. They just don't matter once those bonus stars roll in. Remember back in the days of competitive gaming, before there was actual competitive gaming? Remember the Nintendo World Championships had that rare golden cartridge? It's a huge collector's item, and just kind of died out. Well, Nintendo's bringing it back. World Championships 2015, baby. There's going to be a bunch of Best Buy locations across the country, and when I say a bunch, I mean like 7. But we'll have preliminaries for people to participate in, and the top 8 people will go to a championship along with 8 other people that Nintendo selects. I don't know who Nintendo's selecting. Are they selecting people at the event that didn't win but they saw promise in? Or are they picking celebrities or like pro gamers? I'm not too sure. But it will be on the Ultimate NES Remix game. As far as the preliminaries go, who knows what they're going to be doing on the actual championship. So if you want to practice for that on your 3DS, you can go ahead and do that. There will be locations in one in New York, one in Texas, one in Illinois, one in Florida, one in Minnesota, 2 in California, and 1 in Washington. So not a whole lot of locations, but there's going to be a lot of people there. They said they're capping it at 750 people at each individual event. So I don't know how big that they expect this to be, but it's kind of cool that they're bringing it back, and I'm sure there'll be like nice exclusive things, and who knows what they really decide to do with this, if they're just testing it out to see if they want to make this like an annual thing that's bigger and like has more preliminaries like across the country or what have you. And NES Ultimate Remix makes sense because that game is made in the same vein as what the championship cartridges were in the original Nintendo World Championships from the NES era. And so, I mean, that makes perfect sense. What if you don't know, there are little segments of a lot of older games that are made to be speed runs and time trialed. And they're very, very short segments, but it's a wide array of Nintendo games, and it'll be interesting to see, especially if they're going to broadcast this through Twitch or what have you, and let's see how big it'll be, and maybe it'll come back in the future. Nonetheless, pretty interesting. So let me know what you guys think. Are you going to be at your local, or if you're not in one of those cities, are you going to travel all the way over there just to lose? I'm not doing that. And speaking of competitive gaming, what if I told you that there was a competitive gamer that was so good that people placed a bounty on his head to see who will knock him out of the competition? I was looking at Smashboards and Reddit Smash to do some research on a video I was doing, and I saw that there is a bounty, a $250 bounty that was then matched, and it was a $500 bounty on who can knock out Zero, the top Smash 4 player in the world, who has won every singles tournament he's been in. He's won almost every single doubles tournament he's been in. He's just the Smash 4 king. He just doesn't lose. He's had 34 straight championships that he's won that take place seems like every other day now. It's very impressive to see someone consistently always finish first in such a competitive game. It is very new. The meta game is just starting to be figured out, and I'm sure will be evolving as time goes on, and with DLC characters and possible more updates, which wouldn't be surprising since they had an update in the Mewtwo DLC. He was a Diddy player. He won Apex, and then he won doubles in Apex with Mewtwo King going double Diddies. And now that Diddy's been nerfed, it doesn't seem to have slowed him down. He also is a very good Sheik player, as well as a Captain Falcon alternate. So, fantastic player. I subscribe to him on YouTube. He's very nice, down to earth. Not one of those people that you would think is like a villain that needs to be taken out, but this is like just hyping things up, which is kind of cool. Smash really doesn't have like a lot of drama outside of like Leffen, who is like plays the bad guy role, and he plays it rather well. A lot of people people don't like him, but he kind of has assumed that role as a villain just to create drama, create tension, and get people excited about things, and that kind of works. I think this bounty is more towards that, trying to get Smash more in the spotlight, trying to churn up some drama since this guy's just been winning everything. It doesn't seem like it's been very dramatic so far. CEO 2015 is the next big Smash tournament that'll be taking place June 26th through the 28th. Bounties have been placed on people's heads before in games like Mortal Kombat or Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and they almost never, if not, have never been paid out because the person with the bounty on their head is just so good that they always win, hence the bounty. So that'll be very enticing and interesting to see. Adds a little bit more drama to an already fantastic game. I know a lot of people will love Melee, and it's like, out of the gods from Melee, not a lot of them play on Super Smash Bros. 4, so that kind of opened the gate for someone new to step up as number one, and it is Zero. He plays a lot with Mewtwo King, who is, of course, a Melee god. And so yeah, that'll be pretty interesting to see if someone can beat him, and if they can claim that lots of cash. Details of the Battlefield Hardline's first DLC has dropped. Doesn't have an official release date. It will be in early access for people to test it out in June. And we've learned that it will come with 4 new maps, 3 new weapons, a nail gun pickup, which will be like one of those power weapons across the maps, I'd assume. 2 new vehicles. They're gonna be ground vehicles though. They said nothing. There's gonna be like no planes or anything. A new game mode called like Bounty Hunter or something like that, where the criminals have like all this gadgets and stuff. Sounds interesting. They said most of the maps are pretty close quarters as well, which is not different from Hardline. A lot of people say like Battlefield is supposed to be big and epic, but Battlefield Hardline can be good, and regular Battlefield 4 can be good. They can both be good at the same time, and I enjoy them both. I enjoy Hardline not as much as like the main series of the game, but it definitely has its enjoyments. It definitely has its niche, its differences that set it apart, but also make it work within the Battlefield engine and the Battlefield gameplay and stuff. They do have some things I would like them to change, but with this upcoming DLC, there's no pricing data. Of course, there's also like the season pass or whatever Battlefield calls it. Premium. The DLC also comes with 2 new ammunition types that will be specific to types of weapons. I would assume like sniper or shotgun. There will also be 6 new masks. People love decorating their characters, as well as a new gadget. So like no word on what that'll do, but definitely with new weapons, new maps, and new gadgets and stuff, it'll definitely have its impact on the game. It'll be interesting to see. I'm going to need to see a little bit more of it first before I make my decision on whether to get to DLC or not. But the Battlefield 4 DLC was fantastic. Definitely worth getting all of those. And I don't know if Hardline will be the same, but I'm going to keep an open ear. So the Need for Speed Reboot was teased with a trailer. Of course, with a lot of upcoming games, we'll have a full very, very large and detailed announcement at E3. It'll be coming out later this year on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. It's a total revamp. I'm guessing they're just renaming it to Need for Speed once again. I personally haven't played a Need for Speed game since like the year 2000 when it was just on PC. But a lot of people have noticed that like racing games aren't what they once were, and we've had some dips in some recent current gen racing games with technical problems and things. They say that there's going to be, of course, deep customization, authentic urban environments, whatever that means, a nocturnal life. So it seems to be very, very influenced by the Fast and Furious franchise, I would think. Even though the Fast Furious already has like their Forza Horizon thing that was really easy, free 100,000 gamer score game. I don't know if like demand for racing games is really high enough for Need for Speed to be what it once was. We also like haven't seen a Burnout game in a long time. Gran Turismo's only come out like once every 8 years. There's only been a couple of racing franchises out there that have kind of just been placeholders right now. Forza being like the only big one that's had a recent release in the last couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see if Need for Speed can jump back into that echelon, or if this will just be another rebooted disappointment. Any Hootie and the Blowfish, that is what mattered this week. If you would like to know what matters in the future, one of these comes out every single Saturday. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know if you liked or disliked the video, and a comment would always be appreciated, and I will see you guys next time.